Hello everyone, Michael here from Atavism team. Today in quick tutorial I'll show you how to prepare environment for Atavism server. Today's tutorial will base on virtual machine in cloud and we'll use for that service from German company called Netcup. Okay, to start, you will go to the Netcup website. You will buy one of the virtual servers that they have, either the root server or the V servers. Based on your needs, you can assign you can select VMs with adequate amount of RAM for your needs. After you have this virtual machine, you will go to a control panel, the server control panel. And here, by default, they will provide you a server that it's kind of ready to use. But in our case, we'll need to rebuild it, and they allowing that, so you'll need to go to Media. Here in the Medias, you will go to Images, and you can either build this from the scratch by yourself using the ISOs, or you can use one of their images. We'll use today's a Ubuntu 18.04, so we'll select that. We need just minimal installation with the SSH pre-installed there. And here it's a question about how we want to partition the drive. We want everything on one big partition, and we'll here we need to just provide a password for this website. Okay, so by pressing reinstall, it will just wipe current system and put on fresh Ubuntu in this case. This will take a few moments, so we will fast forward this. Okay, like you can see here, the installation process is finished, and then the virtual machine is starting. System just provide us initial information, so that's our public IP address. The IP address is static for your. It is assigned to this virtual machine. You have also the host name. Just if you don't have your own domain, you can use this one. And obviously, one of the most important part, it's your root password, so we'll need to copy that. And the system is ready, so we'll just minimize that. To access the system, we'll use PuTTY, and so you can see the IP address is the same, so we'll just open the connection. And here we need to log in as root and put on a password. In PuTTY, when you copied some text, you can just right click the mouse and it will paste it. Okay, so we have here, we are in the system, there is no package need to be updated. And now it's the part where we're preparing the Atavism environment, and we will base on the basics for this custom virtual machine. So we need to install MySQL, we need to install Java, and we need to also install the unzip, as it will be later on needed for decompressing Atavism server files. To make your life easier, we created a script that will install needed software and some additional tools. That will just make your life easier. Okay, to start, we'll need to paste this what we copied from the text document, but in this case we need to create new files, so we'll run a command nano And then we'll specify the file name that we want to create. Okay, so here, right click, that will paste all the information that we copied from the text document. And to save it, just press F2, press Y, and press enter. Now, as the file is there, we need to make it executable, so we'll run command mode plus X and then file name and press enter. Okay, so the file is ready now. We will run it by doing the // then the file name. So here the system just updating and upgrading. If anything is there, it will also install MySQL, OpenJDK, Midnight Commander, Unzip, and some other tools. This process will take a few moments just as the script is ready. It will really speed up the installation process. Here you can see that that the firewall rules were added. Part 22 and then Atavism parts. We need to decide do we want to enable it or not. We'll highly recommend to enable it, so we'll press yes, Y for yes. And now we'll need to secure MySQL. In Ubuntu, the first question will be about the additional password plugin. In our case, we don't will install it, so we'll press now, but you can install it. It will just kind of force you to make the password more secure. Okay, we need to now specify a new password for the root user. And repeat it. And then we'll just need to say yes to all these questions. Okay, so the database is ready and it's kind of secure for now. The next part is we'll need to set up firewall rule to allow connection to the server. And we'll highly recommend to use this option where we will specify your public IP address. And it is highly recommended to have a static IP address, as if you have a dynamic IP address you will constantly need to upgrade this rule. But it will make your connection way more secure. And then the second option is to use this just general open port to the database. So in our case, I will just use the easier way, as this virtual machine will, in a few minutes will be wiped. So like you can see here, the rule was added. The next part is we need to create new database user and assign the permission to it. So we'll run this command. We need to specify now the root password, or we need to provide a root password. It is the root password for the MySQL that we set up just a moment ago. Okay, so we have this. Now we need to create a new user. So we'll just copy this part, right click here. And here we need to specify password. As it is just quick tutorial, we'll just make it very simply. But please put on way more secure password, as you are responsible for the data. And then the user will also make it easy. We'll call this Atavism. Okay, so we have new user. We just need to grant him privileges. and here we need to replace this name with the proper name of this new user. And we'll exit. So now, like you can see here, our Linux, our Ubuntu Linux, it's ready for uploading the Atavism server, but this part will be on a separate video. Thank you for watching, and see you on next video.